Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Many Kenyans are asking one question. What is the former IEBC chair Wafula Chebukati up to? What does he really want? It started 2 days ago when Wafula Chebukati posted on his Twitter handle that he had received an urgent invitation to Lisbon in Portugal to attend 19th International Electoral Reforms Symposium, and he was going to give a keynote speech there on elections and how they have transformed election through technology. And Kenyans were wondering, really, Wafula Chebukati, of all the people, who has presided over 3 elections and both of them ended in the Supreme Court with a lot of controversy. It had led to some deaths of the IEBC staff. And it also led to some of the IEBC staff fleeing the country because they feared for their lives. And people were wondering, with all these credentials, apart from what you've written on your CV, really, it is a fiasco. Then it didn't end there. Today, Wafula Chebukati posted a very controversial video that people would really want to forget on what transpired in Bomas. And they're asking, what does Wafula Chebukati want? And I have an answer to that. This is exactly what Wafula Chebukati wants.
I don't want peace. I want problems, always.
You know, the reason why I'm really concerned about Wafula's conduct is because the manner in which Wafula is acting is a man who does not want people to heal. I know he's got a guilty conscience. That is why he keeps on reminding people of his CV, of where he has been invited to. He knows what he did. This is a man who is disturbed. Psychologically, you can read the body language and you will know that Wafula Chebukati is a disturbed man.
Kutakuwa hakuna haja wa Kenya tenda mwaka 2027 kurudi kwa kimoja tena kupiga kura. Hakutakuwa na haja mpaka tusafishe takataka ya bwana Chebukati kwa yale maovu ambayo amefanya dhidi ya watu wa Kenya. Yale ambayo amefanya ni crime against humanity. Natakana apelekwe Hague, asitakiwe kule kwa Hague. Tumeelewana vizuri? Tumeelewana vizuri?
Wafula has been told severally that if he is so much convicted that they performed their duty to the best of their knowledge and that they procured an election that is free, fair and verifiable, then they should allow that server to be opened. But from all indications, they don't want that server to be opened. The scrutiny of that server will really expose them.
Even 2007 post-election violence?
That is after election. That is why we were doing maandamano. You have seen maandamano the other day. We were doing maandamano with Baba when we did election 2022. And we thought we are going to win this election and Baba to become the president of the Republic of Kenya. Now after that, you know, there was a lot of computer errors. And then it created another space for another person to be president. So we saw another person who became president. Our will was Baba. Now that this person is there, we had to do maandamano. We said that it has been stolen.
Why not just accept, that you had lost?
No.
You had assumed that you're going to win.
You don't accept like that. You don't. I always agree.
Kwa nini?
Unakataa.
Si mulishindwa?
Tulishindwa namna gani? Tulijipanga vizuri.
Kivipi?
Tulijipanga vizuri.
Tulifikiri mutashinda.
Tulifikiri tutashinda, lakini si kufikiri saba wafungue. Wafungue saba uone tulishinda. Saba ifunguliwe uone. Tulikuwa mbele. Hata mimi nilishinda huko Laikipia.
Wewe hukushinda.
Mimi nilishinda.
That we don't need to fight over elections. And even now, we don't need to argue. There are no amount of words that will convince either side. Those who supported William Ruto believe that William Ruto won fair and square. Those who supported Raila Odinga believe that Raila won. There is no amount of words that will persuade either side. The only thing that we need to do is to open that server. Because Wafula Chebukati is reminding people of those very ugly scenes, it takes me to one question. What do we need to do so that next time we don't witness such scenarios? Because elections are very emotive. There are people who have not healed. There are people who are bragging. The electoral justice that the Azimio fraternity are looking for at Bomas, if you ask me, should anticipate three things. Number one, we should change the mode of appointing the IEBC commissioners. And I've seen Raila Odinga trying to get back to the 1997, was it 97, IPPG, the Inter-Parties Parliamentary group, where the political parties were allowed to nominate members of the team to occupy the offices of the commissioners, so that you don't have a group working for the executive like we have seen before. Even though many think that money can buy everyone, but I believe that if you select carefully and you have your own people, it can really at least try and work out things. Because what we witnessed, or what we have witnessed ever, is a system that has always taken hostage all the institutions, including the IEBC. And so if Raila is very serious that Azimio will still go as a formidable force in 2027, then they should ensure that the mode of appointing those commissioners are changed, and I support the IPPG. Number two, they must change the executive powers that the chairperson wields, because at the center of the controversy in 2022 rather, we have 4 commissioners who disintegrated and disagreed with Wafula's results, and they said that whatever Wafula gave us was his own results. They requested Wafula to show them the results to scrutinize, just to be sure that it is what they had procured. But Wafula was wielding so much powers, he refused to allow them to see, and he just told them, this is what we are going to announce. And so the powers of the chairperson of the IEBC should be reduced, so that he does not wield so much powers. He can dictate, he can bully, he can do everything that he wants. If we need to go back to 2027, we need to do that. Number 3, we must overhaul the secretariat. You see, it is the secretariat that is involved in procurement of election materials. Today, Marjan Hussein Marjan is still in that office, and you know that they understand the system. They are still in contact with the company that procured the election materials and the electronic gadgets. As things stand, Raila has no chance. There is not any person in ODM or in Azimio that stands any chance of being announced the winner. They can, the person who will, the flag bearer of Azimio, can defeat William Ruto. But announcing it will not be very easy, because the IEBC secretariat is still there in full. Then we have the Supreme Court still there in full. Then you can see the digital IDs that are coming, something that is really, really fishy. And the companies that provided the election path are still there. So if something is not done very urgently, there is no need of going back to those elections. And maybe the last one, we should see what to do with the Supreme Court. Because when we have a judge that is telling us that whatever we are looking for is just hot air, and that people are on a wild goose chase, then the bottom line is nothing will happen. For Wafula Chebukati, he should let people move on. If he's got a disturbed mind and he's got sleepless nights for what he did, let him be haunted alone. We don't want to be dragged into this mess. Kenyans are peaceful, and they have begun to forget what happened. People are struggling with the cost of living. We don't want to be added another burden of looking back what happened. And maybe we should be looking at, once someone has occupied the position of a IEBC commissioner or as a chair, we should try and amend the policies so that we don't allow any member of the family to be appointed into any other office, because these are the promises that the commissioners are given, that if you do this and procure in my favor, when I get into the office, I will reward you, I will give your brother, your wife, your child such a position. We should, try and amend policies to ensure that once you have occupied such a position, then no member of your immediate family should be given any role in the government. I don't know what you think. Are you ready to be taken through, down the memory lane of really what happened in 2022? Because if you ask me, that is gone. We are looking into the future. Let people struggle with the life that is so difficult instead of being reminded of what happened.